The WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code NBASGPN and score up to $250 in bonus cash. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Get your 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no the voice, no the guy. It's me, really real, villain real. Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. Kinda, I guess. Whoops, that is not the right one. I wish that.
How about if you sweep it out?
What's the point? I can't do anything right.
You'll do fine.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
And from Stupid Town I was, because it's been back-to-back reverse sweeps to start the second half of the season for me. It's not good. It's actually the complete opposite of what happened the first time around. So I'm actually really, really hurt to see this happening. But Los Angeles Sparks plus 11 and Wings did not go the first day back. And then here we are. I had the team total over for the Liberty. Granted, they did dominate the game. Like, I think after that first quarter, the Aces were never, like, there was actually never really a doubt the Liberty weren't winning after the first quarter. And they still didn't get over the team total of 85.5. 79. Great. Yeah, that wasn't nice. But and then the Mystics were just never in it after the halftime, so that didn't go our way either. Mystics first half actually didn't cash. However, Scott's keeping us afloat. Shout out to Scott Studio Reichel. Scott, what's going on?
Scotty, beam me up.
Surprise.
Yeah, doing pretty well. 3-1 to start the second half, so hopefully we'll keep it rolling here. I do want to ask you, though, can I play the drop if it was one episode that I did not lose in, but I lost in the other one?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah. If you
I can?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, you sweat
All right.
one.
I got to make sure sometimes, though, because technically I did end up losing a play, but I had to ask.
No. Because if we had took the time in between two episodes, you would have got your sweep the other episode.
Yeah.
So you deserve the drop.
Yeah, so to
100%.
recap those, the first episode post All-Star break, I had the Fever, -2.5 against the Mercury. They were up by about, 30 in the first half. Game got interesting for maybe 5 minutes, and then the Fever closed it out. So nice win there for the lock. For the dog, had the Mystics first half money line at +225 in the first game against the Lynx, which they ended up winning. Then lost the game outright by about 11. For the Saturday games, I did lose the lock. I had the under in the Mystics game, which is not very close, as that game turned out to be a very high-scoring game. Didn't really expect that, but did have the Liberty halftime, full-time at about +220 against the Aces, and they dominated most of the game. Now, the first half was somewhat close. The Aces went on a bit of a run, I'd say, to start the third quarter, but the game was over for the last 12, 14 minutes. So props to the Liberty, and nice job of them helping to cash my dog. So once again, a 225 dog and a 220 dog to start the second half. Can't complain.
Yeah, so Scott, that brings you to, hold on, I'm updating the sheet now. Was that solid 59% of lock, 66% on my locks. Your dogs are just, we got to get an ROI machine going here and just feel the ROI of your dogs, because man, back-to-back dogs cashing. Your dogs are up to 40%, Scott. 40.
Hopefully we'll keep it rolling.
All right, let's go ahead and we got 4 games on a Sunday, so we can talk about that. But first, we got to mention the merch store. Everything in the merch store is 10% off with promo code FOOTBALL. Go out there and, hey, get you some WNBA Gambling Podcast gear. Matter of fact, there's a SGP windbreaker jacket that I've been having my eyes on. I got to go get that. I just got to figure out what color, but I got to go get that. I might get something. No, I have a blue jacket already. Maybe I'll hit black or like gray. Can never go wrong with that. Whatever you go get something. Go get something from the merch store. That's store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com for that merch store. 10% off with promo code football. All right. Scott, 4 games on a Sunday in the WNBA. Teeing off 3 p.m. on the East Coast. Connecticut Sun on the road. Going to play the Atlanta Dream. Dream coming off of a great comeback win in the second half against the Seattle Storm. Catching 7.5 in this game at home. 156 is the total. Tiffany Mitchell is still out with an illness. She's not playing for the Connecticut Sun. I don't. Let me see. No. Yeah, I don't see anything else. Dejanay Carrington is not on the injury report, so she is expected to play. You'll see Dejanay Carrington return to the lineup today. All right, that's it for this game. Connecticut Sun, Marina Mabrey looked very poised. She kills Dallas, by the way. Just that's a revenge game. I forgot to mention that narrative. She's been killing Dallas, but Marina Mabrey looked good. Sun offense looked good. It was Dallas's defense. Yeah, Dallas still not playing defense like at all. Their offensive output was actually pretty interesting, but still no defense on the Dallas side of the ball. However, the Atlanta Dream, they didn't do much in that first half, but they did lock down in that second half. I will admit that. Still, number of points scored. What are you doing here? 7.5 at home.
I like the under. Let's go with the total. I think the under is my favorite play here. Now, it is going to be a bit interesting because they had a couple meetings this season, and Ryan Howard, of course, did miss some time. But they played 3 games this season. Every game is at less than 153. So I do think that the under is intriguing, at least based on Connecticut's defense, which was still, in my opinion, solid against the Wings. Just looking at the overall numbers, the game was over pretty quickly. I mean, the Wings were getting buried, and the Sun only gave up. I'm just pulling up the numbers there for a second. The Sun only gave up. So they gave up. Was that 91 in that last game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 91. The game once again was over. They gave up 38 points in the first half. So once that was kind of established, the game kind of opened up in the second half, but the game was already out of reach. I don't see Connecticut being that good offensively again. I think that was mostly Dallas just wanting to play up tempo and wanting to really just not guard anybody. And that kind of resulted in a very high-scoring game. So I still think Connecticut, you could argue maybe their coaching staff is going to be annoyed. They gave up 91 points, and they might be able to rein it in a bit defensively. The Dream, though, played good defense against the Storm for the second half. And we saw that offensively, they look fine. Mostly Ryan Howard kind of dominated the second half there. But I'm going to go with the under. The under is 3-0 to this number of the season. I think both teams are going to want to play slow. Connecticut played fast because if everybody's wide open, why would you want to take time off the clock to actually, generate half-court offense when you can just get as many free shots as you want? I see a grinded-out slugfest. I think it might be close. Maybe I'll lean Dream plus the 7.5. I'm probably not going to bet the side, but I am going to go with the under. I think the total's a bit high. I think it's an overreaction to what we saw with the Suns' first game against arguably the worst defense in the league. So I'm going to expect a better defensive effort from them. A solid defensive effort from Atlanta at home. Give me the under.
Yeah. I think I'm there on the under, too. I think I might be. I don't know. So, is Atlanta going to sell me on them being a playoff team?
I mean, it's one game. I'm not going to overreact to it, but it was a very good win.
It was a very good win. Like if you could script up how you would like to come back after that first half of the season for Atlanta, that's exactly it. They did exactly what I thought Dallas was going to do, honestly. So, I mean, is it enough? Like Ryan Howard gave them 30. Is that happen? Like if she doesn't score 30 again, are they getting that? Jordan Canada still kind of struggles scoring the basketball, but she was distributing. But Naz Hillman in the starting lineup tells me that she's putting more effort on the defensive side of the ball.
All I know is for the Dream game, there was only 70 points in the first half against the Storm. So it was kind of similar to how the Sun game went, where the first half was pretty low scoring compared to the second half, and the game kind of just exploded, and you got a high-scoring game at the end. But yeah, I just see, once again, at least one quarter, maybe a couple, just being absolute rock fights. So I'll lean to the under. Half-court battle, maybe late in the game. I'll go with the under.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think that's the best play in this one. Probably that under 156 in this one. Bonner also had 29 in that game. So yeah, I feel really good about Bonner and Ryan Howard coming down to earth. This game slowing up. Wow, you really sold me on the under here. Okay, so I really do like the under. For the side. Nah, Atlanta plays better defense. Give me the points. Too many points.
That's what I was leaning to.
Connecticut wins, Atlanta covers.
All right.
Yeah, Connecticut wins, Atlanta covers. I would actually play that. Atlanta plus 7.5 with Sun money line. That's probably a nice little juicy price there. But I think there's a middle. There's definitely a middle in this situation here. This is a fun game. And the Sun destroyed them last time they was in Atlanta. Was that the game where they just didn't score? It was like 56 points.
I had the team total under for the Dream, and I think they got to like 60 something. It was really, really ugly. And they also scored 50 in the first home game against the Sun this season.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was it. Last time, that's the game I was about. 69-50 in the first game, and then they got that win on the road. It was really good, and then the Sun came back, got it. Yeah, this is a competitive one. Dream get up for this team. Plus 7.5. This is a healthy Dream roster. I think I'm sold on the Dream. If they cover this and still lose, I'm gonna be completely sold, and I'm probably gonna back them in the next game after that. Who they play after that?
I'm personally not sold on Atlanta at all. I just think Connecticut's being a bit overvalued offensively after one great offensive game.
Oh no, come on! They're about to get the Mercury twice on the at home after this.
You're saying sold on. Once again, I'm gonna wait it out. I think Atlanta's fine.
Fever. Storm on the road, Aces on the road. Okay, that starts to get but then they come back. Sparks, Mercury, Wings, Fever. Wait, listen to the month of September. I'm sorry, I got down this rabbit hole. Listen to the month of September. Sparks, Mercury, Wings, Fever, Lynx, Mystics, Sky, Liberty.
There are a lot of wins there, potentially. I just don't...
What is their team? Is there a win total on this team?
Well, right now, the record
second
is...
half of the season?
I'm just trying to find out what the record is right now, actually.
They're 8
right
and 17.
Now, they're 8-17, yeah. So they can definitely still have a low total. They might end up making the playoffs, but I don't think they're, like, great. They might be, like...
Bro, Dream make playoffs is plus 450.
Okay. And right now, they're what? They're, like, 3 back, probably?
They're 2 back, I think.
Okay.
I think that win of the Sky. Yeah, I think that win put them 2 back. Hold on. Wait, the Sky did get a win today, too. Hold on. So they're 2.5 back.
All right.
2.5? And then that means... So Indiana's only a half game up on Chicago, too. So they're 3 back of Indiana. 3 games, and they play Indiana. How many times did I say? 1... 2 twice at home and on the road. If they play defense,
do you see a win total or no?
I don't see it. Hold on. Let me see. Win total's at 13.5.
Okay. I mean, they have to win 4 more.
Minus 130 to the over. 4 more?
What's 5? Well, you said
5,
it was what?
13.5. No, that's not.
That's 6.
Yeah, that's 6. I thought you said 4.
No.
No, yeah. Wait, okay, so they beat the Mystics. At the very least, even if the Mystics do something, at the very least, they get one of those games against the Mystics. I think they beat the Sky at home. So that's 2. They're getting the Mercury and a back. Really, they can sweep the 2 games against the Mercury. Give me one of those. I'll just take 1. 3. Say they split with the Fever. That'd be 4. So
and once again, you need 6. Like that's I feel like that number feels kind of right.
But I mean, I'm also not giving. I've also only split. I split with the Mercury, the Mystics, and the who was it? The
I
Mercury
get
and
what you're saying.
Mystics
They
and the
could
Fever.
potentially sweep those. I'm
Oh,
just
they have.
saying.
Oh, they're beating it. They're beating the Sparks. 5. I got 5. I
Got,
have 5 that I feel good in.
they can upset somebody
Yeah,
along the way.
Liberty is last game of the season. Liberty might pull the.
They might have clinched everything. Really.
Yeah, and don't even need the game. Man, I'm about to bet this. They might make the playoffs. If the Sky and the Fever can't hold serve, they can
I think
make
the
the
Fever. I
playoffs.
think the Fever are getting in. I'm not sure about Chicago, but I think Indiana figured it out. At least enough to make the playoffs. I'm not saying they're going to upset anybody, but I think they're a playoff team.
I don't know. I mean, there's for as much as you say, they're only a half game up on the Sky.
Oh no, I get it. I just think Caitlin Clark figured out the WNBA. I think
All
that
right.
right now she's playing a top 5 player in the league. I'm not going to go against her making the playoffs.
All right, we've seen top 5 players in the league not make playoffs.
We have.
That's plus 450. Plus 450 is worth it. I'm playing it. That's not if plus 450 is you're saying that's impossible. It's not impossible.
Now 450 is definitely doable.
Yeah. That's worth it. Okay, I'm glad we talked that out. All right. Player props for Connecticut Sun, Atlanta Dream.
I do want to ask you about AT because she had 14 assists and 8 rebounds against Dallas, but I can't tell if that's just because Dallas has got awful or if AT is actually engaged again. I think I might lean to her under RA actually at 17.5. The number feels a bit large to me. She has gone under in each of the last 2 meetings, and we think that Atlanta defensively should be pretty sharp. She had 14 assists. Like, I feel like at some point, if we're expecting offensive regression for both teams, I think AT might struggle a bit to accumulate these type of stats. 17.5's a lot. I can see her finishing with like maybe 7 assists, like 8 rebounds, but getting to about like 9 and 9, that feels a lot to me. Feels high. I'll go with AT under for her rebounds and assists at 17.5. I think she'll finish with around like 15 or 16. Like 8 and 8's still a good game. That's still going under. I just feel like that's too big for what we think is going to be a low scoring game.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can buy that. I can buy that. You made the point when you said 8 and 8 because 8 and 8 that does go under, and I think that the assist probably it might not be here, especially if Atlanta is committed more defensively and they like it's just which Atlanta are we going to see for the next 40 minutes? Are we going to see Atlanta in the first half of the game or Atlanta in the 2nd half of the game? If it's closer to the Atlanta in the 2nd half of the game, like that's a no-brainer. I think that Connecticut Sun are going to have an issue here.
There is one other prop that I really like, but I don't know if you want to go.
Go ahead.
Next.
No, go ahead.
Tina Charles rebounds. I'll go with the under 7.5. The last 2 meetings this season, she's had a total of 9. She's had less than 7 rebounds in each of the last 2. And looking at the last couple games against Seattle, she only had 7. Had 4 against Minnesota pre-break and 2 against Seattle pre-break. She's had less than 8 rebounds in 5 of her last 6. And Connecticut is the number 1 rebounding team in the league. So I think it's a bad spot for Tina. I think she might end up with like 6 or 7, but 7.5 is a bit high. I'll go with the under on her rebounds.
I think I'm going with Alicia Gray here.
All right.
I think this
no
is
Ryan Howard.
That's where I'm really just trying to go back and forth. Like, are we now seeing like is Tanisha right now unleashing Ryan Howard?
She should. She had 30.
I know, but like we've seen, I don't know, we've seen how. I mean, maybe this is a new 2nd half of the season. I did say that I was gonna wait and see and let Tanisha Wright show me what she was gonna do in the 2nd half of the season, and she did unleash Ryan. 30 is crazy. Like she can be a little bit like better than half, and she's cashing over this again.
Yeah.
Dejanay Carrington, though, that's gonna be that's the selling point there of is Dejanay Carrington guarding Ryan Howard. That is going to be a pretty tough matchup. She's going to force the ball out of her hands, and then that's where I'm thinking Alicia Gray comes in and just being able to make plays coming off of Ryan Howard and them allowing Ryan Howard to play things. So I'll take Alicia Gray over her points prop of 14.5. I think this is a pretty solid number for her. She can get there. Hasn't had the recency, but I think this is a different Atlanta team, especially with Jordan Canada and Ryan Howard kind of help distributing things and helping things move for her. Yeah. I'm going. Oh, yeah. She's had there we go. That was backwards. Last few games 19, 17, 9, 17, 18, 27, 18 against the Connecticut Sun here. So I'm going Alicia Gray over. I might actually ladder this to 20.
Yep.
She's due. She's been over this number. What is this? 7 times in her last 10 games. 19, 7, 12, 11, 20, 19, 19, 19, 24. Yeah, I'm taking this up to 20, man. I wonder if they got a price on 20 out already. I'm definitely gonna bet that. So Alicia Gray, that's the one for me.
All right, I'll move on.
Yep. Before we do that though, gotta talk to you about Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use their fantasy pick'em for a chance to win wait, is this a new read?
Yeah.
1,000 times your entry? That's insane. Yo, you can win 1,000. Yo, what do I have to do to win 1,000 times my entry? What? Yes. I am sold 100%. Scott, let's make 1,000 times our entry. I want to do it. I want to make 1,000. Because this is great. Underdog Fantasy, all the options, everything available, all of this available with you in Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you play that Best Ball Mania as well. $15 million in prizes. Use all your specials and boosts. Hey, we'll actually give you a special pick and a first time deposit offer up to $250 in bonus cash if you use that promo code NBA SGPN. That is NBA SGPN, UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code NBA SGPN. Ooh-wee. 1,000 times your entry. Scott, I feel like you should know where I'm going with this. Seattle Storm on the road, going to play the Indiana Fever. Storm open up laying 2.5. Currently laying 3.5. 168.5 is total. I didn't. Timofey Belay still out with that thumb injury. That's about it. Don't see anything else on either side of the ball.
For the record, Storm are 3-0 against this team this season.
Do they sweep?
I mean, Indiana's been playing a lot better lately. I'm not going to overreact to them beating the Mercury. I gave them out as my lock because the Mercury were on a back-to-back right after the Olympic break.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great spot. Now, they were up 30. They somehow almost blew the game, which was pretty funny, but they ended up getting the job done. I still don't like this team defensively at all. And the Storm did lose the game to Atlanta. They probably should have won. They kind of took the foot off the gas, and it seemed like they were going to coast, and then they coasted too much, and Atlanta came back. I can see this coming down to the wire, but I am expecting Seattle to bounce back like most good teams do. Just because I picked Indiana to make the playoffs and because I think Caitlin Clark's playing like a top 5 player in the league right now doesn't mean I still like this team against top-tier competition. I am going to link to Seattle. Indiana's better at home. I get it. Maybe the game will be very close, but I think Seattle should be motivated after losing a game that they kind of just handed away. So I'm going to lean Seattle here, minus the 3.5. I'm not disrespecting Indiana. I recognize they're better at home, and I recognize how much better they've been recently. Not exactly against the best competition. Did beat the Liberty. Good to win there. They were down by like double digits with like 5 minutes to go and came back and won it. But I do think that the Storm should be motivated after getting, I don't want to say embarrassed, but get the word I'm going for. It was a game they lost to against an inferior team.
I mean, I think it's kind of embarrassing. I mean, yeah, I guess like it's on the road. It's hard, but like they were up pretty big.
You're penciled to win that game. You're up double digits basically, and Atlanta we know is not very good. So I do think that the Storm should be motivated for it. They're 3-0. I think it's a bad matchup for the Fever because they don't guard anybody, and the Storm can actually showcase a bunch of different looks defensively, deal with Caitlin and Mitchell, etc. I'm going to lean Seattle in this one. The total I find interesting, but for the side, I'm going to lean to the Storm. I know you're on the Storm.
Lean. Boy, where is that drop at? That's all I'm trying to figure out. What? This is the play. This is the 3.5? They can't win by 2 possessions? It was 103-88. Now, granted, that was definitely, they were still figuring things out, but they still came back and beat them by 12 at home. And oh man, what? Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I will take the Seattle Storm.
I think I'm
mean,
going to lean over personally with the total, but I'm going to agree with you about Seattle.
I think the over gets there if I think the over, yeah, I can see the over getting there.
I mean, Seattle
especially
can get
in
to
that
90.
second half.
That wouldn't shock me if Seattle got to 90 or like 100.
Like
possible.
if this, yeah, this is, yeah, if this, but seriously, if this score, say we get to halftime and it's some 50-35, like, because I think that Indiana's gonna have issues scoring the basketball. Like if you're just trying to run in transition, you're hoping they're not getting back on defense, and you're like, no, the Seattle Storm are very, very defensively sound. They're able to move in transition, they're able to set back up, force you to play out the half court, and that's not what Indiana wants to do. When they get sitting in the half court for too long, you saw it in that game when they started to blow it. When they get sitting in the half court too long, they get bad possessions and then take terrible shots, and it's going the other way, and it looks bad. Like, I can 100% see Seattle running away with this early. I think you should play Seattle in the first half. I think that defense is gonna throw them off. And if for the full game, like you said, I do like the over because Seattle's gonna score, and then at some point, Seattle's not gonna care because they're up 10, 15 points at that point. And so, yeah, I like the over. I'm with you. I love Seattle. I think this is in consideration. This is in consideration. All right, player props. Jewel Lloyd, last 5 games against Indiana. 34, 22, 32, 32, 26.
I'm trying to find her
21.
points line.
Oh, it's 21 and a half.
21 and a half? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You knew I knew that. Yeah. Taking that. She even, and you know what? It's not even, it's like she's not even coming off of a bad stretch of games neither. She just had 21 against Atlanta. Like that's exactly what I was looking for about that production. Now she's about to take off and go to the moon against Indiana. Let's see here. Who else on Indiana is not playing defense today? Skylar Smith, 6.5 assists. Coming back to Indiana, her home state. 9 assists in both games. Well, 9, 9, and 5 for the assist count this season. Skylar Smith against Indiana.
I know she had 29 points in the first game, though, if you want to go for PA instead of just assists.
No, PA is good. We've been playing PA too.
Yeah.
That's available. Let's see. That's at 19.5. Yeah, that's low. That's super low. That's super low. 19.5. Minus 125. Yeah, absolutely. She's been over 19.5 62% of the time this season. Whoa. What's up with that? Good call.
I actually like an under with Seattle. I like Magbagor under 8.5 rebounds. She has struggled rebounding-wise against Indiana recently. She had 9 in the first meeting this season. She had 8 in the second meeting. Only had 2 in the meeting in June. So she just did nothing on the boards in that game. But recently, she's kind of been slumping on the glass. She's had less than 9 rebounds in 4 straight, less than 9 rebounds in 8 of 10. I just think it's a pretty bad matchup for her. Indiana. Might not be a great team, but they have size with Boston, etc. They're allowing the 4th fewest rebounds per game in the league. Magbagor's had some struggles rebounding against this team, and she has not been in great form recently on the boards. I'll go with Magbagor under 8.5 rebounds. I like minus 125.
Yo, they took a rebound from me in that game against who they play? The Mercury. They
The
took a
Mercury?
rebound. Yeah, she had.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had 10 rebounds up there. They took one away. It was 9 double in cash.
That sucks.
And it wasn't even like they took it away where you got paid out and you could have got no. It just never counted. Like
that sucks.
Yeah, it's crazy. I like Ezzy too. I like her for her points though.
The points I like the over. The
Yeah.
rebounds have been kind of lacking.
Yeah, I think there's a legit play there because look at her last few games against Indiana. This season, her points prop is at 13.5. Just this season, she has 18, 15, 14. Going back into last season, 19, 6, 18. Now, she did have more of an offensive role that season, but still, Really, really good production this year. She's been good against them. So yeah, like the points, don't like the rebounds. Aaliyah Boston probably gets over 9.5 rebounds today just because they took that one from me last time. So you should probably play that. It's still at even money, her double-double. I think that's still kind of insane. She can get 10 points. Caitlin Clark, you taking an assist?
I thought about it, but Seattle's a team I really don't want to take the assist with. I'm really tempted, but Seattle's done a great job this season.
I think they're going to slow it
stopping
down.
her.
Like, I don't think they're going to let her just be able to get out and just in transition rack up 5, 6, 7 easy assists. But it's hard because she's the offense. Like, she has the ball in her hands all the time. She can get an assist like super easily.
And she's started to get a lot more comfortable in the league. She has had less than 10 assists in all 3 meetings this season. I think I'm going to stay away. I'm not taking the over. I'm not going to take the under. I'm just going to pass and we'll see what happens. But Seattle's defense, I am going to give some credit to.
Yeah. Nah, stay away there. All right.
Yeah. Anything else you want?
No, I think that's it for me.
Cool.
I'm playing Joe Lloyd ladder.
All right.
It's Indiana. Gotta do it against Indiana. She might have another 30. Okay. Before we get to the last 2 games on the slate, gotta talk to you about Circa Survivor and Circa Millions, giving away $16 million in guaranteed prizes. And if you haven't already booked your trip to Vegas to go sign up, make sure you do it during sign up weekend, August 22nd through the 24th. Hang out with Sean and Ryan and the Circa team over there. Some of the greatest open bar events at the greatest sports book in the world. Save up to 15% on your room by using that promo code SGP15. And you can save up and get a proxy.footballcontest.com. Save you $50 with the promo code SGP. And they'll give you a free hat too. Wow, get a free hat. Look at there. All right. We also are brought to you by Rhythm. Make sure you tap into Rhythm and use their AI projections from that MIT data team for the NFL. You can use it for college football. You can use it for WNBA. All of that. We have everything covered. And make sure, hey, week 0 is upon us, actually. Got to go check out Rhythm and see what they have on week 0. Claim your 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. And we're also brought to you by Game Time. I'm literally scouring through Game Time now. So I'm going to the Spark. I've decided I'm going to the Sparks. Okay, so I was trying not to go to 2 games in 1 week, but Jewel Lloyd plays basketball in DC on Tuesday. I just don't understand how I'm gonna miss that.
Okay.
But I also already told my friend that I go to the Sparks game on Friday. So I have to do that. So I just need to hit on this Sunday so I can take that and then go to the game and not feel bad. But I was trying not to go to 2 games, but I'm probably going to end up going. I'm more than likely going to end up going to that game on Tuesday. Even though I've seen Joel Lloyd play in DC before, I'm probably going to go do it again. And I use Game Time. Like, it's super easy. I don't have to worry about it. I don't even have a ticket yet, just letting you know. I don't even have a ticket yet. I'm still playing this by ear. But when I do go get my ticket, I am going to absolutely just hop in the app, slide over Washington, D.C., tap the Mystics, and they show me a whole arena, everything, all the tickets, all the prices. I can go up there and lowest price guaranteed, because if it's not the lowest price, best believe Game Time is going to credit me 110% of the difference. And the ticket coverage, my ticket is always covered with Game Time ticket coverage. So make sure you go download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code SGPN for $20 off your first purchase. Again, terms apply. Create an account, redeem code SGPN for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Scott, it's really funny at the Mystics games. I don't know if you listen to them live, you'll hear him, but it's a guy in the arena. He's at every single game. And whenever the opposing team is at the line, he's in the background yelling, bloop, 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 bloop. But he's the only person. He's the only person doing it. Like, nobody does it with him. He does it by himself. And he's just like, he's trying to distract them. He is trying to distract them. And I'm telling you, Scott, I'm going to the game. I know exactly where he sits. He sits Behind the goal is what I can't really tell you which goal it is because you're not going to be able to understand on TV. But matter of fact, actually, if you're looking on TV, it's always the left. He's always the one on the left. He's sitting over there. He's a season ticket holder. He's a really cool guy from what I hear. And I'm going to find him when I go. And I'm going to be there. And I'm be making the sounds except when Joel Lloyd is at the line and trying to get the team off. So he's a really, really, really funny guy. Hilarious. You guys should really go to WNBA games when you get a chance. Really should. They're fun. All right. Back to the picks show. Los Angeles Sparks on the road going to play the Las Vegas Aces. Sparks on a back-to-back playing against their nemesis, the Las Vegas Aces. Las Vegas Aces are laying 15.5 here.
Well, both teams are on a back-to-back, to be clear.
Oh, yeah. Aces are on a back-to-back, too. They just played the Liberty. Back-to-back, no travel for the Aces. Back-to-back travel for the Sparks. I feel like we've heard this story before. 168.5 is the total.
Do you think that Sparks' performance against the Liberty was either a one-off or are they that bad? Because against Chicago, Carter did play. The game was close.
So how bad? Because this either how bad is Chicago, or
was that just one really, really bad game from the Sparks? And they're bad, but they're not that bad.
Yeah,
they're not 21 fever bad.
I don't know, man. How do we see how the Sparks have played the Aces this season already and not
lay the
play
points?
the Sparks? Yeah, like how do we in good conscience lay the points here? Like I think we just got to eat shit if the Sparks go out here and lay an egg.
That's where I was going. I'm going to take the points. I was asking because it was so bad when they faced off against the Liberty, but they've been good against this team, and the Aces have been. I mean, yeah, I'm understating.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, they're 2-1. Both wins were at home. They've won the last two. They lost the first game on the road by 7. That game was like a 3-point game with like 5 minutes to go. Yeah. So all the games have been close, which is definitely worth mentioning. The Sparks are 2-10 on the road. The Aces though were only 8-6 at home, which is kind of surprising. But I'm not laying 16.5. Both teams are on a back-to-back. I get the fact that the Aces might be motivated after losing. Whatever. They can be motivated and win, but I don't trust this team enough to actually cover 15.5 or 16.5. I think this line's kind of nuts. I get the Sparks are bad, but I have not been impressed by the Aces defensively. I know you haven't either. If you can't guard anybody, I'm not going to lay 15, 16.5 points. So I'll go with the Sparks blindly and hope for the best.
I can't. If we eat shit, we do. We just do. Like
if the Aces win by 25, I don't think either of us would be totally surprised. But if you're asking me, would I rather take the points against a team that doesn't guard anybody, who's also on a back-to-back, or lay the points based on reputation from like the last 2 seasons combined, I'm not interested. This Aces team is clearly not as good as they were in years past. So I'll go with the Sparks plus the points.
Yeah. Aces as a favorite this season of double digits, 5-8-1, 38.5%. Sparks, even though they got absolutely destroyed by the Liberty, 8-3, 72.7%.
Just don't get killed. Lose by 12.
I can't lay this number with a team that doesn't play defense.
Yeah.
That's ultimately what it comes down to. I just can't lay this big of a number with a team that doesn't play defense. I mean, they could be dominating this game from start to finish and not cover this line. So,
they could.
All right, that's pretty easy. Taking the Sparks plus the points, and for the total, I'll tell you, I'm 100% taking Sparks team total over 76.5. Scott, 76.5. I mean,
they've gone to at least 82 in every game.
I mean, they put in that horrible game against the Liberty, and the Liberty is the top of the defensive. I mean, even without Benajolini Hampton, they're still pretty solid, and but still, it's a clear difference that we saw today between the Liberty and the Sparks. The Liberty and the Aces defense. There's a clear difference. They got to 68. 76.5.
And the Aces might not care. If the Aces get to 90, they'll give up 78 gladly because who cares? Even
Washington before the break got to 77, Scott.
Mm-hmm. And that team can't score in the second half to save their lives.
Yo, even Washington got to 77. Oh,
And that was
man.
without Sykes.
What? Absolutely. That's in consideration, too. 76.5. And they have Odyssey Sims now. Like, we didn't even mention that there's Odyssey Sims is on this team now.
What she signed? She signed a 7-day, I think?
Yeah, she signed a 7-day, yes. And you're not going to use her these 7 days?
What else do you have? Your team sucks anyway. Just let her play.
Man. She got 20 minutes. They're unleashing her. It's a back-to-back. They're unleashing her tonight.
I hope they do. She's good. She's got talent. And they don't really have any scores, so they could use her.
And she's going to push the pace. This Aces defense. What did Odyssey do against the Aces? I think she played one game against them. I wonder.
I can try to check if you want.
Let me see. Let me go to the wing schedule. I feel like she got one game in. Maybe.
I'm just going to look at her RotoWire page just to see
okay.
if she's faced them. So, Sims just pulling it up. Faced off against Vegas on July 7th. She had 25 points.
What? And you're not going to play her? Man, their score is 70. Okay. So that's definitely going on my cards. Sparks over 76.5. She's going to be the thing to help take them over the top.
All right.
They're covering.
And we have no props, by the way, on this game.
Okay. If they're not going to, she came off the bench the first time. They're not going to dare give out a Odyssey Sim prop. They won't dare.
No.
They would. Well, you got to take De'Erica. I mean, this could be you could have the mindset of, all right, she'd have been going off all year. They're not gonna let her get the last game and go off the last game too. But I don't know. They haven't been able to stop anybody. So on a back-to-back, yeah, that over 168.5 is really nice actually. Yeah, no. I can't really sum myself on it. I can't really sum myself on it off of anything. I just think we're a bunch of points scored. Yeah, have fun with the same game parlays in this one.
Yep.
All right. Anything else? Anything? Point guard assist if they drop that, play that again. I think it was at 4.5 today. I'm almost positive it was at 4.5 today. She finished with 6. We'll see. Anybody else that I'm thinking about that is really good in this game? I can't think of anything right now. Yeah, that's it. All right. Oh, and sprinkle on the plus 920 on the money line. It does it set. Like, plus 920 for a team that's beaten you twice this season. I feel like just off of respect, I have to sprinkle something. Because if they were to win outright one more time, I wouldn't forgive myself if I didn't have anything on it.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right. Last game up. Chicago Sky and the Phoenix Mercury are having a rematch. However, this time it's going off in Phoenix. Phoenix is laying 7.5, 166.5 is total.
We know the Sky played yesterday. The Mercury didn't.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. The Sky are on a back-to-back in this one.
Is it a bad matchup for the Sky? Because I know that you were making a case that the Sky can rebound. It's also different because Carter didn't play. So you can kind of toss it out because they just couldn't score. The Mercury kind of got whatever they wanted. And the Sky allowed, 19 free throws? Or no, the Copper free throw game was against Chicago, or that was against Indiana, where she had 19 free throws. I can't remember. But Copper was great. They can't guard her. So
and she was in Chicago. Like, that was her first game back in Chicago. You saw she wore her Chicago jersey to the game.
Yeah, I did.
Like, I wish I had caught that, because at that point, like, I probably would have took her props as high as I could take them. Like, she wore her old jersey to the game. She knew she was going off. It's not there. And Kennedy's here. It's different. I think it's different.
It was Indiana, by the way, the game that she had 19 free throw attempts. But Copper can do whatever she wants. They can't guard her. They don't have Mabry anymore, so the shooting's not as good. They had a great game against the Sparks offensively. Defensively, they were not very good. But it was also a close game. The game came down to the wire. A lot of players that play a lot of minutes, and now you're traveling to Phoenix. That's not the easiest travel spot. And I think that when you're looking...
They play better on the road.
Well, I was going to say, technically the game was in LA, so the travel wasn't as bad, but you're in a back-to-back. I tend to blindly fade WNBA teams on a back-to-back anyway, at least when the other team is rested. Phoenix might not guard anybody, so I like the over in this game. But I am going to link the Phoenix. They are at home. It's kind of a standard procedure. Back Phoenix at home, fade them on the road. I'll fade the team on a back-to-back that had to kind of grind it out against the Sparks, who are not very good. I feel like you're going to link to Chicago anyway.
Yeah, I think they. I mean, come on, they got ran out the gym at home, and they play better on the road. And Kennedy Carter's back in line, and then this is like more of like really the Kennedy Carter flex of I get to prove, I literally get to prove that hey, they missed me last time. Like with the lack of defense that they play, I can't imagine Kennedy Carter, and she only played 17 minutes coming off of the bench in the game yesterday. She's got to start, and she's got to get way more minutes. She's torching them, and that's going to be the difference. Plus 7.5. I think Phoenix does win though. I don't think they get the win outright. I think this is another situation where I'm kind of copping out because I do think the home edge is enough to keep Phoenix winning a close game. Like maybe it's a 2.3 point game late. Phoenix makes a bucket and kind of keeps themselves in it. But 7.5. I don't like laying points with teams that don't play defense. Like I just can't. And the Sky,
I still separate Mercury road from Mercury home. That's kind of how I'm going about it.
8-4
but I
at
understand
home
your
this
point.
season. Yeah, they're 8 home ATS at home this season. That's really good. Like that's really good. So it's too many points. All right. I'm with you on the over though. 100%. Over 160. I think we need to bet that now. I think that's going up.
All right.
Why would that not go up? Because I think I really think Chicago really just missed Kenny Carter. Like that was really it. And it was just a very, very uncharacteristically bad shooting, like horrible shooting night. They looked a lot more settled in.
Post break. I mean,
yeah, they looked a lot more settled in the second game against the Sparks, and I don't think the Sparks are. I think the Sparks are actually a tad bit better than the Mercury defensively. So, and hey, man, let's just go ahead player props. Camilla.
She was great.
Amen. I think she figured it out. She was working in the break. 62% and 66% in the first two games. Double figures. Scored over the 8.5 points prop. 14 rebounds against LA.
She had what, 15 and 14, I think?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sold.
I'm happy she's playing well. I mean, the issue is she did foul out of that game. She had 6 fouls, so
Yeah.
that might be an issue potentially. But we know Grinder's not going to guard anybody.
The fact that she had it's crazy.
What is Grinder defensively in this league? Like Hassan Whiteside? He's good block numbers, but she doesn't actually guard anybody.
Wow. Catch the over on Hassan Whiteside.
Just wondering, because that was like a classic like metric where they're like, well, Whiteside's blocks are so good, but then you watch the games and he just never guarded anybody. Is that Brittany Griner?
Yeah,
defensively?
pretty much.
I feel like that's a pretty good comp.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, if Camilla's going to keep being this efficient, you got to feed her the ball. You have to. I wonder if they have a points prop out on her. Let's see here.
I don't think we're going to have any props up at this point.
Yeah, these are the late games.
And Sky played today, or played Saturday, so we're probably not going to get it.
Oh, hold on. I got something.
Okay.
9.5 on the points prop. Over.
All right, sure. What's the double price?
Over her. So Phoenix 9th in points allowed overall to center position. They're 9th in points allowed, 11 to the forward position if you like to play that. Double price is $250 plus 250.
I wish it was a bit higher, but I still like it.
Yes. Yeah, I do wish it was a little bit higher, but yes. I mean, I'm gonna fade a bad rebounding Mercury. I'm just gonna continue to fade the Mercury. Whoever's playing the Mercury, I'm just gonna take the other team's bigs rebounds. I'm gonna continue to do that. Because that last time, Angel just really just scoffed everything up. And this could be a little bit more of a split. If this was 13 and 10 both ways, I wouldn't be surprised.
And Cardoso in that first game against the Mercury, by the way, the last time they ended up playing, still at 10-5. So the rebounds weren't great, but she had the 10 points. So maybe she'll be in line for a better rebounding
it's
game.
also not her fault because Phoenix was hitting everything.
And Angel Reese also had 15 rebounds.
So between Angel and the makes, she just didn't have anything. I'm 100% playing the 9.5 on the points though.
The line does feel a bit short.
All right. Kyle's at 24.5. It's a little high.
Well, you were right. She did have 30 in one of those two games if you blindly bet the 30 piece.
Yeah, I know. She thinks she's on her run of 30-point games where she just gives you a couple in a row and then cools off randomly somewhere else. This might be it. I'm about to fade. I know who I'm about to fade though.
Diana Taurasi.
Yeah, like how can we fade Taurasi today? Because I just feel like we haven't been doing this enough.
It will be fully, I'd say, complimentary, though. She has been pretty good since the break. At least I'll throw that out there. Had 16 points against Indiana. Shot the ball horribly. Against Chicago, she had 11 points. Wasn't amazing efficiency-wise in both those games, but the volume's been there for her. So if you want to make an argument for volume, it has been definitely present. But the efficiency has not been great. So that's kind of the argument against Taurasi in the spot. But I thought she'd look worse post-break. I mean, she had her knees wrapped up like basically the entire Olympics. I thought that she'd be crawling out there. She actually just looked okay. Not amazing, but, it is what it is.
So, the Sky are dominating rebounds again, right?
Yeah, by the way, Taurasi's at 15.5. That I would have leaned to the under on. That feels pretty high. I mean, she had 11 in that last game against Chicago. 15.5. That one feels massive to me.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how I want to fade her.
Okay. I mean, the 15.5 points sounds pretty self-explanatory to me.
She's actually been handing. Yeah, the 15.5 points is solid, but I mean, actually,
it's 3.5.
It's better. The points, rebounds, and assists is it points and assists? No, the points and assists is better. It's 19.5. No, points, rebounds, and assists. Just give me everything. We're just gonna take everything, and it's a complete total fade. Because what rebounds is she getting with all? What rebounds is she getting with all these people on the court?
No. In the last game against Chicago, she had 2.
Yeah, I'm fading her. Points, rebounds, and assists. It's not happening.
All right.
23.5. She's been under that in her last. Well, in these previous 2 games, she's been under the line both 23 in the 16-point game against Indiana, and then 17 against Chicago earlier. Yeah, that's it. Just take everything, and I'm playing it. I've been waiting. I haven't faded Taurasi enough. I don't know why I didn't do it these first 2 games. Okay. What else? Anything else interesting? Anything else popping out to you? Are we missing an angle here?
No, I think we basically covered everything, in my opinion. Unless you want to go with Griner points.
Yeah. I do.
Okay.
Because, like, between Camilla and... I mean, Camilla is playing better. But Brittany Griner's Brittany Griner. And she had, like, 24 in that first game?
Griner's points are at 19.5, just for reference. I think it's like minus 106. Griner, though, in that last game against Chicago a couple days ago, had 23. Yeah. 23. And 9 rebounds. That's like 15 rebounds for the average center. That's not bad.
She had 9 rebounds for real.
Yeah, she had 9 rebounds and somehow.
How did I miss that? How have I missed that against Chicago? Brittany Griner in her last 3 games has had 10, 11, and 9 rebounds.
She's also had a crazy game in general. She had 83% from the floor, 23 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 blocks, and 2 steals. So she just single-handedly killed this game.
I have to look it up. I don't think Brittany Griner has a better rebounding stretch against any other team right now.
Probably not. What's Griner's double-double at, out of curiosity?
When is the last time she had a stretch of rebounds that good? Okay, she had a couple of stretches of 9 earlier in the season.
Griner's rebounds are at 6.5? I might actually have to take the over on that. That is,
Yeah,
I mean, with
I
Reese and
mean,
Cardoso, somebody has to rebound this game.
10, 11, and 9 for somebody who just refuses. Like, are we skewing the narrative here? Does she not refuse to rebound?
I mean, no, she's averaging 6.4 rebounds per game this season as a center at 6'9". So no, she does not rebound, but she's been better recently. She has had, just to go through the actual numbers here, she has had at least, including the All-Star game where she had 7 rebounds in 14 minutes. She had 7 rebounds in 4 of the last 5 games. So she has gotten a little bit better. Indiana, she did nothing in, but Indiana was killing them for the entire game. So that's a bit different.
Screw it. Add Brittany Griner rebounds to the card. Are we really about to bet at Brittany Griner rebounds? She's about to screw us so bad. She's about to screw us. Like, it's so funny, and I can't wait till everybody watches the game and then watches her finish with like 5 rebounds. And it's gonna be like, you're gonna remember this conversation because we literally just had a whole conversation about this. And I'm telling you, this is what Brittany Griner does. She's like because Bam pisses me off the same way. Bam will have a crazy stretch of rebounding, and I'm like, oh wow, Bam's doing really good. And then I'll play it, and he gets 3. Or like Miles Turner. No, Miles Turner. Oh, that's another one that is.
I do want to ask about the odds though. Cardoso double doubles plus 250, but Griner double doubles plus 350. Do I agree with that?
I mean, not according to the head to head.
Yeah.
Head to head, yeah, 2 of the last, and then she almost had that last game. Wow, how did we miss this? This is a clear edge here. She's totally gonna get 5 today. Like she's 100% getting 5 rebounds. I'm still gonna bet it. I'm actually considering putting it at underdog. I was literally thinking about it for underdog. We might have to take it there, but she's 100% getting 5 for sure. Okay. That's it. Yeah, that's the last game. Lock, dog, parlay, underdog lineup. I don't know if I should get out parlay. I'm cold. For my lock. It's no question.
Play the drop again? Yeah.
Seattle Storm, lay 3.5. Laying it. All right. Let's add that to the card. For my dog. I'm not that confident in Chicago. Alicia Gray? How can I actually think DK gives me 18 plus on the alt lines instead of 20. That's probably a nice price. Yep, plus 160. It's not the 2-to-1 dog Scott's been giving out. Kinda. I shouldn't compare myself to Scott. Scott's just rolling with his dogs though. I shouldn't compare. I should take the plus money. I shouldn't try to make this bigger. Should I take the 20? 20's at plus 280. Where's her? Let me look at her recent games against them again. One more time. All right. Let's see. Where's that drink? There we go. All right, Alicia Gray. Oh, Alicia Gray. Make sure you say "all." That's how she say you pronounce it. Man, she's been really good. What the heck? Oh wait, but that's what we're right now. We're out. 19, 17, 17, 18, 27, 18. All right, 18 plus. I'm gonna still ladder it up to 25 because this 25 at 11-1 is really, really intriguing for somebody who scored 25 against them before. I'm gonna ladder it up, but for the dog, plus 160, 18 plus points for Alicia Gray.
All right. So for my lock, I gotta think of what I want to go with because I think I'm gonna go player prop route today. Just by looking at the card, I don't know if I feel great about sides in general. For the lock, I think I actually am going to trust my instincts here. I am going to fade Magbagor on a rebound.
Oh, I thought you was about to say Griner. Oh, my God. Oh, I'm sorry, Scott.
It's fine.
Oh, I thought you was about to say Brittany Griner, yo.
No, I'm going to do Magbagor at 8.5 rebounds. I'll take the under there at minus 130. I believe that's on FanDuel. Minus 125, actually, which you can find on DraftKings. She has had, once again, less than 9 rebounds in 4 straight, less than 9 rebounds in 8 of the last 10. Indiana's also good against opposing centers and forwards at preventing rebounds. They're actually allowing the second fewest rebounds per game to opposing centers and the 4th lowest to opposing forwards. So they're a good rebounding team in general. But Magmagor has had less than 9 rebounds in each of the last 2 games against Indiana, had 2 rebounds the last game against the Fever. I think it's a good spot. They might make Magmagor run up and down the court, which might tire her out, but I am going to go with Magmagor under 8.5 rebounds as my lock at minus 125. For my dog, I think I actually am going to go with a bit of a bolder play. You know what? I am going to do it. I'm gonna do a same game parlay. Give me the Mercury money line parlayed with Griner 8+ rebounds, plus 170. I'm not going to take the 10 because that's asking for a lot. I think 8's reasonable. It's a number that she can get to. She's been good against the Sky in general. I think it's a decent spot. The issue with the points for me for Griner, she only took 12 shots in that last game against Chicago. She went 10 of 12. But I do expect them to double team her a bit more. So I think that looking at rebounds is worth a look. With Reese and with Cardoso, somebody's going to have to rebound as much as Griner hates it. She kind of has to try to, at least. I think the Mercury are going to win. So I'll factor that in. Give me the Mercury money line plus Griner 8+ rebounds at plus 170 as my dog.
That was interesting. Did not expect that. Wow. What a
I'm
mean,
trying to find
talk
value.
about there are pigs flying in here. We are taking Brittany Griner rebounds props.
I'm going to give it a shot. It might age horribly, but I'm going to try.
Oh my gosh. When is the last time we have said this? This had like year 1 of the pod?
I don't even know if we ever took that year 1 of the pod.
I don't think so either.
I'm not sure.
That's what's so funny about it. Like, I feel like if there's a prop that we've just always stayed away from, is literally this prop.
Yeah, I mean, the rebounds have not been that terrible, though. 4 against Indiana was bad. She had 5 fouls.
That's what I'm saying. It makes so much sense.
She's been fine recently.
All right.
I mean, 7 against the Mystics, had 9 against Connecticut. Connecticut's like the best rebounding team in the league. She had 9 against that team. I think it's doable. I'll put it that way.
I'm still going to play it. I'm still play it. But since it's in your dog, we're not putting it underdog. I'm not playing it twice. Only once. Well, you got 8.5. I mean, you put 8. That's actually, it does. That might not count. Well, we'll figure it out. All right, underdog lineup. Let's see. We got Seattle and Indiana and Atlanta and Connecticut to pick from.
Do you want to just run back my Magmagor rebounds play?
Yep. You want to run back Alicia Gray?
Sure.
So we've got Ezzy.
No, you got Skylar PA.
Oh, that's the 3. There you go. Yeah, Ezzy lower 8.5 rebounds. Skylar Diggins Smith. Where's higher 19.5 PA. And then going up to the other game, Alicia Gray higher 14.5 points. Or you're really no. Wait, what? 1.8. Okay, we're gonna have to talk about that. All right, higher. So, Ezzy Magmagor lower 8.5 rebounds. Skylar Diggins Smith higher 19.5 points and assists. Alicia Gray higher 14.5 points. At that underdog, shake it all up gives you 6 times your underdog entry. If you put in an entry of $50, that will reward you $300. Scott Studio Reichel. Anything else? No wait. I guess I gotta drop a parlay. I shouldn't I put my lock in the parlay last time and it didn't go well. I probably shouldn't do that again, huh? Let's go with that under. 156 in the Connecticut Sun and Atlanta Dream game. That's an early game too, 3 o'clock. Maybe that bodes a little bit better.
It's not camp day.
Yeah, it's not camp day. What a time. All right, so we'll go with that under. Sparks 76.5. Team total over 76.5. That's play number 2 for sure. And play number 3. Chicago looks better offensively. Over 166.5. There we go.
All right.
So, under Atlanta Dream, Connecticut Sun, Sparks team total over, and the over in the Chicago Sky. And wait, but they just played recently. What if they feel better defensively? Hmm.
You're second guessing yourself, man.
I know. Wait, hold on. That kind of makes me want to just pick something else in general. The fact that it's making me second guess. Nah, Kenny Carter's playing 166.5. She's gonna go crazy. And yeah, no. Kenny Carter's got it. We'll take Kenny Carter. Okay. Or should I just do they have a point spot out on her? No, they don't. Alright, wait. Do they?
I actually want to know what the line would be.
No, I don't think so. Oh wait, I had the oh no, I had the oh no, they don't. Okay. Yeah, we'll keep it 166.5. But if I had seen a lot on Kenny Carter, I would have just took Kenny Carter's points prop. If do with that information what you wish. But I would have did that. All right. Scott, anything else for people before we get up out of here?
No, once again, looking forward to the games. There are no games Monday, so we are going to be off for Sunday for the sake of the Monday card. Should be back, Monday night?
Yeah, Tuesday. I think we got a pretty big slate on Tuesday, too. Let's look ahead.
I hope we do. There are no games Monday. Like, they're better of games on Tuesday.
Tuesday, we got 3 games. Sparks, Sun, Wings, Liberty, and Storm Mist. Oh, yeah, because I told you the Storm Mist game is on Tuesday. But Wings, Liberty is also that day. Wow, I might consider going to that game. If I get a pass, I might go to the Liberty game, actually.
They might score 120 points. Against the Wings.
Yeah.
Damn, man. You get 109 to Connecticut? You know how hard it is to do?
Hey, man, follow us at Reichel Radio, at @reallyreal__. Make sure you're wherever you get your podcast, you're subscribed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe on the video, all of that stuff, all that glizz and glatter and everything else. Hey, actually do it. Like, do it. Actually do it. I see people still in here. Just drop a like on the video before you leave. Other than that, nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to end it like this. We are out of here.